For years, I packed my Jeep as if I was afraid I was going to forget something. So I just brought everything. Then I'd end up spending the whole trip digging past gear that I probably was never going to touch to get to that one thing that I actually needed. What finally fixed that wasn't a better storage system or some product. It was a question that I finally started asking myself. And it totally changed what comes off the shelf and what stays home. Today, I'm going to show you what I'm bringing and how I pack my Jeep for a very specific trip that I have coming up. I'm going to lay it all out for you, show you every piece and where it lives in the Jeep. Because the way I decide what comes and what stays is the part that took me the longest to figure out. This upcoming trip I'm super excited about, and it's the start of the official Path to Rome adventure series. It's going to be 3 days, 2 nights, epic views, not overly remote, but there's going to be a lot of miles through generally unknown terrain. It's June and the weather looks okay for right now, which means I'm packing for the very specific trip that I'm about to take, not some generic checklist. So let's dive through this stuff. Okay, so for starters, the Rome Adventure Co. Drifter tent. Very quick, easy pop-up tent. Sets up in pretty much less than a minute. Very easy to pop up and down and store on top of the Jeep. Well, keeping me lightweight and a lower center of gravity. Got my recovery gear, which has all my winching gear in it, tow straps, snatch blocks, D-rings, metal and soft, tree strap. This thing always lives in the Jeep. Also have my main tool set. Just keep extra gloves. This is where my wrench is. My specialty tools, all my breaker bars, a couple extra U-joints in here, specialty wrenches, a variety of different pliers, all types of different things that complete my toolkit. This trip, I'm not entirely sure what the fire situation is going to be, so I'm bringing my Ignis skillet. I'm also going to use this to cook on probably at least one of the nights. This is just a Rome Adventure Co. chair. One reason I like this is obviously it's a comfortable chair, but it has this road cover on it, so in case I need to get it out of the Jeep and put it up top, it's going to be totally safe and dry. Have my main toolkit with my sockets and wrenches and stuff, extra fluids, power steering, gear oil. I don't know the situation of the fuel that I'm going to run into, so I always carry some octane booster as my 392 requires premium fuel. Paper towel holder that I got from American Adventure Labs. You're going to see a lot of American Adventure Labs stuff when I pack my Jeep because they're a big part of the build out that I have. I have no affiliation with them, but I just think they make a great product. My air up and down kit, and here I have a inflator, air hose, all the things you kind of need to blow your tires back up and down. Plenty of water. I have a little propane tank to go with my skillet. That's a 5-pounder. Big water jug for non-drinking water. And then my table that I use at camp. In here, I keep the cast iron cooking surface for the skillet. Then in here, my power station and extra cords. All right, next, let's take a look inside these Rome cases so you can see everything that I actually pack. Okay, in this top organizer, have a couple knives, some paracord, a life straw. In here, just some hand sanitizer, a compass, some playing cards, even though I'll be by myself. In here, anything I need to start a fire, matches. Down here, some bear spray, dude wipes, gotta have dude wipes. Down on the bottom, I got these nice divider bags that keep things simple, but this one is all my cooking gear. Have my Stokes voltaic pot, a bowl, a plate, general silverware, cooking utensils. Do have some aluminum foil. This guy right here, this will help keep the mosquitoes away. So in this one, I have all my lighting stuff, extra battery packs, I have some flashlights, my Devos 1200 top, just some different lights for around camp. This is actually the new Devos 500. It's a little light that hangs up inside your tent. And we're gonna give it a try. I haven't actually used it yet, but it has some cool little features. So yeah, we'll give it a whirl. All right, now this big case, it's actually going to be up on my roof. This is a Rome 93. Have a bunch of various different things in here. Little survival kit, first aid kit. This is actually a base for the skillet. My little hatchet, axes, shovels. This is part of the skillet as well. This bag here is all my tire patches, supplies, anything I could need to help myself with a flat tire to work on. This one here is my jump box, just in case my battery goes. This is kind of my improvisational stuff where like JB weld, duct tape, baling wire, all those types of things, some RTVs in there, and then electrical supplies. Stuff's full of wires, fuses, connectors, actual stripping tools, crimpers, all the good stuff. Quick question while I got you here. Think about your last trip. What was that one piece of gear that you brought and never actually touched? I'm not talking about stuff that you might have to get yourself out of a bind, but that one thing that took up space the whole time. Drop me a comment below because I'm kind of curious if we all overpack the same stuff. Okay, so in the back here, I have my tool set, my safe jack, in case I need to change a tire or anything, my recovery gear right behind there, along with some tools underneath, and my camp chair. Now, typically, if I have my kids or someone with me, I'll move more of this stuff around in different places, but it is just going to be me on this trip, so I'm going to utilize this space a little different than I normally would. Under the seat is my extra water, my extra fluids, and this chair normally can ride up on the roof, but I don't need to do that this trip, so I'm not going to. One reason why I do like to keep the seat up is it helps keep things contained that are behind it. I'm still going to run a strap over a couple things, but as you'll see, it does kind of help block everything in a little bit better. And a lot of this is, you know, just utilizing the space you do have, right? If I could certainly fold the seats down and lay everything on top, I would have to secure it a little bit differently. However, in most cases, for what I'm going to be doing, this is going to be totally safe and fine, at least for this trip. Okay, so general storage back here. I do have the mast platform from American Adventure Labs. I have their fridge slide for my Dometic fridge. In here is where all my drinks and food are going to live. I occupy this space with cold and dry foods. That just helps me organize my interior space a little bit with all my food just kind of being in here, and I can come grab it when I need it. Okay, down in here in this empty storage area, it's actually a pretty good amount of room, but I keep my extra straps, ratchet straps, different things like that. On this side, my Roam case, like we already looked at with all the goodies in it. I have actually I'm gonna try something a little different this week. I'm gonna try air mattress. And the main reason of this is I wanna see how it fits in my Roam drifter tent, along with extra space. And this is more of a strategic plan with having my kids and stuff with me on future trips. Up here I have my water, a table, all my Blue Eddy power box, the Ignic skillet, the cooker for the cast iron pat for that is down here. My sleeping bag is kind of stuffed in the corner. I have a paper towel roll here. There's actually a cool little thing from American Adventure Labs. It just sticks on there and you know, you can use it. And then my air down stuff, which needs to be pretty accessible. I am gonna run a strap over all this just to kind of help lock it in. I do have the FabTech upper shelf here. This is a huge game changer when it comes to cargo. I actually got this on recommendation from my good friend Eddie over at Way of Life. But I was kind of debating between the American Adventure Labs one. However, my upper brackets here for my rack hold or connect to the same part of the roll bar that does, and it created some other issues. So I didn't really want to get into you know, fabricating something just to make a shelf work, and this thing is rock solid, so this has been great. But anyway, yeah, everything's just kind of packed in here, and then as you can see over here, this is I have a little trail table with the air compressor built in behind this. This is another kit from American Adventure Labs that I absolutely love because I have a dual ARB air compressor in here with switches and access right there, and it makes life super easy. On the back here I have the American Adventure Labs spare tire platform along with their propane holder for a 5-pound tank. This straps right to the tire and does great. Now, normally I'll put like some firewood or some different things up here. I may do that as I head out. I just haven't fully decided yet. I got my extra fuel over here. I have put my roam cases up here before. It holds it just fine, but for this trip I don't really need the interior space, so I'm going to utilize that. Okay, so up here on the roof rack, I have my Roam Adventure Co. 95 liter case, along with their mounting brackets for the rack. This makes it super easy to take on and off and lock into place and be secure when traveling down the road. And if you look over here, you're going to see the Roam Adventure Co. Drifter tent. So over here, the tent is buckled down with the American Adventure Labs. They call them like sleeper keepers or something, but it's a mounting system that helps hold this tent in place up on the roof, that straps it down, keeps everything safe, and really gives you a good solid mounting point. Then also up here, I have my Starlink Mini mounted. It's a magnetic mount with the little mounting plates in the case and power system from Veritas Vans. This thing's great. It's mounted here. I mean, it's rock solid. I can't move that thing at all. And it's nice whenever I want to use it. All I got to do is come up here and turn it on. Click there. Everything will work. And then I can just activate my Starlink from the app, and I'm good to go wherever I am. When I have my kids or even my wife or my dog with me, it's going to look a little bit different, but I had extra space, so I'm going to go ahead and use it with the seats rather than putting more weight up top or getting overly worried about a Tetris situation. Well, that's the whole trip, packed and accounted for. Every piece has a job and a place in the Jeep. And that's the shift that I want you to take away from this. You're not just packing for every scenario. You're packing for the trip that's actually in front of you. Real distance, real weather, real number of nights. Those are the things that keep your Jeep light, keep your gear reachable, and your head clear when something actually does come up that you need to address. If you're interested, I have a trail prep checklist as well as the Jeep Cost Control Playbook free in the description below. The checklist walks you through pre-trip inspections and goes hand in hand with everything that we just packed. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming adventure. And if you're interested in learning more about pre-trip inspections, check out this video next. It's really going to help bring together everything we talked about today. Thanks for stopping by, Roam Nation. See you on the next one.